So photosynthesis in plant, the process by which plants make their own food, green plants make their own food, that process is called photosynthesis. In this process, the plants uses carbon dioxide, water and sunlight. So first of all, green plants are called producers, and we have learned in the previous classes that leaves are called food factories. Why? Now because the leaves contains the chlorophyll, which is helping to absorb the sunlight. So that is why leaves are called food factories of the plant, and usually in a plant the leaves are green in color. So the leaves play a important role in the nutrition process or in the process of photosynthesis. Even if leaves is the main area where photosynthesis takes place, or this is very important for the nutrition, that doesn't mean that other parts of the plants don't help in the photosynthesis process. Other parts of the plant also helps in the process of photosynthesis. So first of all, what is photosynthesis? Photo means light and synthesis means combine. So photosynthesis comes from photo and synthesis. Photo means light and synthesis means combine. And you have learned about the stomata. The stomata is present on the undersurface of the underside of the leaves, and it contains tiny pores which helps in the gaseous exchange. So there are tiny pores present mostly on the underside of the leaves. These are called stomata. So this is like this. This is called stomata. So pores are here and guard cells are there. So this is the diagram of stomata. So each stoma is around by two guard cells. Two guard cells are there. So each stomata is surrounded by two guard cells. So leaves absorb carbon dioxide from air through the stomata. These stomata, these pores are only helping to absorb carbon dioxide from the air, and it is the carbon dioxide is used in the process of photosynthesis. First of all, the stomata is absorbing the carbon dioxide, then the roots absorb water and minerals from the soil. Water is also essential component for photosynthesis. So here the leaves, so the stomata absorbs carbon dioxide, root absorbs water, and the leaves of chlorophyll of the leaves, they are able to capture energy from the sunlight. So you can say that the stomata helps in absorbing the carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. Roots absorb water and minerals from the soil, which is transported to the leaves by pipes or tubes. Then chlorophyll is the green pigment present in the plants, and it absorbs sunlight, or it captures sunlight and uses to prepare food from carbon dioxide, using carbon dioxide and water. So the process of collection of this simple substance such as water, carbon dioxide, this water from the roots, soil, water and minerals from the soil, carbon dioxide from air, and utilizing the sunlight from sun. So all these things, when these things are combined and converted into a simple substance called glucose, that process is called photosynthesis. That means the process of collection of simple substance such as water, carbon dioxide, and utilizing sunlight to convert the simple substance into glucose, that process is called photosynthesis. So during the process of photosynthesis, light energy is converted to chemical energy. The plants absorb energy from the sun and use to convert it to carbon dioxide and water into glucose and oxygen. Then again glucose is converted to other complex substance to get stored in the plants. So first of all, carbon dioxide and water in presence of sunlight, they are converted to glucose and oxygen. So you can write like that. So you can write carbon dioxide, CO2 is carbon dioxide, H2O is water. These two combine in presence of sunlight. Here sunlight, in presence of sunlight, to give glucose and oxygen along with few water. So glucose, oxygen and water. So the byproducts are oxygen and water. So glucose is formed by the combination of carbon dioxide and water in presence of sunlight. Glucose is formed along with oxygen. Then the byproducts are oxygen and water, which are released through the stomata during daytime. This stomata, first it is absorbing the carbon dioxide and helping in the process of photosynthesis. After photosynthesis, it is releasing this oxygen. It is releasing this oxygen and water also during daytime. When water is lost by stomata, that is called transpiration, and oxygen is also released through the stomata. And the food is sent to other parts of the plants through veins. That means without photosynthesis, life would be very impossible on the earth, because of the photosynthesis we are getting food, and not only food, we are getting oxygen also, which is necessary for our respiration. Because when photosynthesis takes place, the plants uses carbon dioxide as a raw material and it releases oxygen. So this is very important process, so that we are getting oxygen because of the photosynthesis. So we can say that the sun and the trees are our lifeline of our planet. Because of the sun, without sun and trees, life would not be possible. They are the lifeline of our planet. So during photosynthesis, plants produce food in the form of glucose. Again, this glucose is converted into complex substance such as starch and cellulose. So to get stored in plants, it is converted to starch, a complex substance, that is starch and cellulose. So even in the desert plants, you have seen that cactus, the leaves are reduced to spines. In cactus and all in desert plants, the leaves are reduced to spines and the stems are very fleshy and green in color. So there in desert plants, the stems contain chlorophyll. So that doesn't mean that the plants only the photosynthesis will take place in leaves only. It can take place in other green parts of the plants such as stems, branches or scale. For example, desert plants, cactus, the stem contains chlorophyll. So here photosynthesis is done by the green parts of the plant. So from here you can now observe that the photosynthesis is not taking place only in the green leaves. It can take place in any other green parts of the plants. In swamps and in stagnant water, you have seen green patches due to the growth of living organisms, that is known as algae or alga. So due to the presence of chlorophyll, they are also able to produce their own food by the process of photosynthesis. So leaves of many plants you have seen these are non-green, means this may be looking red in color or any other color. So that doesn't mean that chlorophyll is not present. In addition with chlorophyll, any other pigments are more in amount. So in those type of plants leaves, in addition with chlorophyll, many other large amount of red or brown or other pigments also present. So photosynthesis takes place in these leaves also. So you are now clear that during photosynthesis, when food is prepared in the form of glucose, it is converted to starch to store in the plants, and then photosynthesis in desert areas and all, the stems contains chlorophyll or any other green parts contains chlorophyll, that are also able to do photosynthesis. And in the swampy areas, algae is found, green algae, so these also contains chlorophyll and able to do photosynthesis. And in many plants, the leaves are of red color or any other color, that means they contains, and in addition to chlorophyll, they contains any other color pigments also in large amount, but photosynthesis takes place in those leaves also. So other than carbohydrate, plants also prepare proteins with the help of nitrogen. So proteins which is obtained from the soil. Microorganisms convert atmospheric nitrogen into water soluble compounds. There are few microorganisms that are able to absorb atmospheric nitrogen, then they convert into water soluble compounds which are absorbed by the roots of the plants. Then the minerals dissolved in water are used to convert sugar into carbohydrates, proteins and fats. So the mineral when the nitrogen is absorbed and converted into water soluble compounds, it is absorbed by the roots of the plants, and the mineral dissolved in water are used to convert sugar into carbohydrates, proteins and fat. So these food components form the source of nutrients for other heterotrophic plants and animals, that means those who depend on autotrophs. So all these nutrients are obtained by the plants, and plants are also able to get the nutrition by its